I rise today on behalf of the millions of middle-class families across America who feel like they've been left behind. Too many of these people are decent, hardworking folks who are unemployed or underemployed. Too many have adult children stuck living at home because despite graduating from college, they're struggling to find work. And now, because of Obamacare, these same young adults, many of whom are older than 26, will be forced to pay more taxes or purchase costly, government-defined health insurance. In spite of the administration's best salesmanship, the law remains extremely unpopular. A poll conducted by the Omaha World Herald last fall showed 55% of registered voters still favored the full repeal of Obamacare. Recent national polls indicate a similar disapproval rating for the law all across the country. Part of the reason for the public's continued opposition is the harm that Obamacare is causing our economy. Let me share a story of one woman, a small business owner named Eileen Marison. I had the pleasure of meeting Eileen in August when I was traveling my state, and I visited with her in Papillion, Nebraska. The Marison family owns and operates Two Men and a Truck. Those are franchises in Omaha and Lincoln, Nebraska. They have 30 employees in Lincoln. They have 76 in Omaha. And the Marisons provide paychecks for local families, and they have earned the respect of their communities. Eileen Marison, the matriarch of the family, presently offers health insurance to full-time employees, 36 individuals working 35 to 40 hours per week. And she foots more than half the cost of that coverage. Since Obamacare changes the definition of a full-time employee, lowering the threshold to 30 hours per week from 40 hours, Eileen now employs 76 full-time equivalents, triggering the employer mandate. Now she must offer affordable coverage, as defined by Obamacare. And she has to offer that to all her employees working 30 hours or more. Eileen has been taking care of her employees for years, and she wants to continue to do so. However, Obamacare's mandate is now placing additional burdens on this family business, requiring Eileen to make tough decisions or incur those harmful costs. I've received thousands of phone calls, emails, and letters echoing Eileen's concerns and urging me to repeal all or pieces of the law. Another constituent, a 61-year-old retired school teacher from Beatrice, Nebraska, recently wrote me to share that he had just received a letter from his insurance carrier. The news was that premiums were set to spike 60% to $939 a month. That is half of his monthly pension check. He says, "We are dismayed and disappointed." Another Nebraskan, Roger from Hardington, Nebraska, wrote, "I just wanted to let you know I got my letter from Blue Cross of Nebraska. My premium went up $160 per month, and my total out-of-pocket risk increased from $5,000 to $12,700. Roger continued, "On the positive side, my menopausal wife and I now have maternity, drug, alcohol, pediatric, dental, and vision care. President Obama promised our costs would go down and we could keep our insurance if we liked it. I liked my old plan. I want it back." You know, we no longer have to rely on these testimonials to prove that Obamacare is driving up the price of insurance premiums. Yesterday, the Federal Department of Health and Human Services released its long-awaited report on Obamacare, premium prices offered on the exchanges. The numbers for Nebraska proved that premiums will rise dramatically. In its analysis of the data, Forbes magazine published an article noting there was a 279% increase when comparing the cheapest plans offered to Nebraska men. For Nebraska women, there was a 227% increase when comparing the cheapest plans. That's more than triple the current rate. Those numbers, Mr. President, are absolutely staggering. The average premium for a 27-year-old for the most basic plan, the bronze plan, is $159 before tax credits. Currently, that same 27-year-old, he can find a premium for $68 in Nebraska. So we're looking at a significant increase in cost. Based on a Manhattan Institute analysis of the report, quote, Obamacare will increase underlying insurance rates for younger men by an average of 97 to 99%, and for younger women by an average of 55 to 62%. Despite these high rates, the plans include fewer in-network doctors and hospitals than current plans. And many of those lowest cost plans will likely carry high deductibles. One insurer found that, quote, for the cheapest bronze plans, the average deductible was $5,000. Now, how is that possibly affordable? In August, the administration announced another major delay, this time to the part of the health care law limiting patients' out-of-pocket expenses. Rather than capping costs for individuals and families as required by the law, the delay of this key provision guarantees Obamacare will be anything but affordable. Of course, there are many other problems with the law beyond the increases in premiums, which is why I have been promoting the complete repeal of the law, and I support defunding it. For example, there are serious concerns about possible identity theft for those participating in the new health exchanges. Why? Because the administration failed to independently test the security for its Federal Data Services Hub, which will store huge amounts of people's private personal information. The report released by the Department of Health and Human Services Inspectors General stated that, quote, several critical tasks remain to be completed in such a short period of time, such as the final independent testing of the hub's security controls, remediating security vulnerabilities identified during testing, and obtaining the security authorization decision for the hub before opening the exchanges. The administration has until this Tuesday to complete these critical tasks. I, for one, remain skeptical that these tasks will be completed in time, opening up security risks for individuals who do participate in the exchanges. Just today, the administration tactically admitted once again that Obamacare is not ready for prime time when it announced another delay, this time postponing online enrollment in some of the small business exchanges scheduled to open on Tuesday. The irony, of course, is that news of this latest delay broke as the president was delivering a speech criticizing Republicans for their effort to defund or delay the law altogether. It seems reasonable to ask, where's the delay for the American people? Where's the delay for middle-class citizens like the 61-year-old retired teacher from Beatrice, Nebraska? Is that really an extreme position? I certainly don't think so. In short, this law remains fatally flawed. The American people deserve better than selective delays, unfair treatment, and broken promises. For me, the fight over Obamacare has nothing to do with politics or with ideology. It has to do with standing up for small business owners like Eileen Morrison. It's about standing up for middle-class families who aren't asking government for a hand up. They're just asking that government stop holding them down. We are a country that looks to build a brighter future for our people. We are a country who looks to help and lift up people. This is what America is all about. It's about giving voice to millions of Americans, those middle-class families who are feeling left behind, who would rather have the federal government focusing on ways to create jobs so that they can bring home a decent paycheck. Let me be perfectly clear. I have no intention of standing down in this fight. It's why I was sent here. It's what Nebraskans expect from me. And it's the only way, it is the only way that we will ever be able to turn our economy around and build that brighter future for all Americans. Thank you, Mr. President.